Hello and welcome to this 10th episode of this Let's Play on the Great American Farming map. So today we got a chance to try out the demo of this new Holland T7 240 and this John Deere mower. So a very nice tractor, shiny. We'll see how if it's dirt modded. I really can't remember. Looks cool number plate, French mod. Okay. Anyway, this is. If you go closer, you can open the door and see which button that is, or actually open the door or from the outside. Looks cool. Enter. So I see. I see. Oh, okay. Good. Lower link front. Oh, that's lowered. Okay. Oh, so what else do we have? We can open this window. Oh, that's nice. Close it. So overall looks good. Oh, can open here. Oh, that's nice. Let the sun in. Cool. Okay, let's start it up. Look outside. Boom. Lights look good. Working lights. Front and back. Indicators. Nice. Okay, but today we're gonna use that to cut a bit of grass on our map. So this looks nice too. This John Deere more. So let's go back to the farm and do some grass cutting. That was unexpected. So going around bends in 50 is probably not recommended. Top speed of 52, which you never ever seem to reach. Tractor. Oh, joystick moves. That's cool. Anything else? No. I wonder if you can see anything on the. Oh, speedometer seems to work. And if the fuel meter works, might do. No indications. I see. No indicators is shown in the cabin. So nice tractor. Turned off the rear view mirrors. I think it's in the settings somewhere, but I can't find my way back to it, so I can't turn it on again. Otherwise I wouldn't know if this has rear view mirrors. It might have. Cool, the corners in 51. That's pretty steep in the car, and the car is much lower than this. So we're gonna try this out, this nice demo. Toolbox. Where's the battery box? No, maybe it's not a toolbox. Not sure what it is. So almost there. Unfold our mower. Let's see how total weight be. No, that doesn't seem to work. The front mower. Oh. Over that, turn it on. Over that, turn them on. Oh, seems to work nicely. But I'm not sure if you could get it to put the swath together. can't see any. So lift mower, no, doesn't seem there's any of those functions. So this just cuts grass, which is okay. I'm gonna tether it anyway and make it turn it into hay, and then put it in a nice long line to swap with a windrower, and then bale it and sell it. So I bought a few cows, so I now think I'm up to around 45 cows. So that's pretty good. That will bring quite a lot of, well, not a lot, but it will bring some more money into the farm. And we're only on day 7, I think, of the second cycle in this one. So we'll probably make pretty good profit in this in-game year, which will be 10 times 3 or 10 times 4, maybe 40 days or 30 in-game days. And that works good. So this is quite a fast mower. I'm not sure if you can actually drive 21 kilometers per hour with a mower like this. So go to front. That will lift the back ones up. Sometimes I miss, like in a real tractor you will get, I'll show you. So in a real tractor you will get different like buttons to use for the different hydraulic parts systems. So you could control the front up and down movement with the green and maybe the blue for the back ones. Here you have a switch between them, which is quite annoying. It would be nice if you could set different, like a button for the front 3-point and then a button for the rear 3-point. That would be nice. Not sure if that's a feature in FS17. It would be nice to have it as a feature, but I have no idea if it is a feature. So, anyway, cutting grass with this mower is a pretty fast job if you do it. It goes fast over the land, farm, or the grass, and it's quite wide. Not sure how wide it is. Maybe we can return on. Guess we could find out. Let's see. Stop. Bring up the next one. Automatic. Okay, so 7.8 meters. That's good size. It's not like the biggest Krone or Claas cutters, but it's pretty good. So not sure if I'll do the entire field, but I'll go up and down a few times to try this out. Nice demo. We didn't pay anything for it, so but we have to return it within a couple of days. And this way we could try it out on our grassland. Get some bales, which I will sell in a totally unrealistic way this time too, and gain some money, and I will buy more cows with it. So up to 45, would like to get. I've been talking about a few hundred, but if I get 100, that's a pretty nice start. After 100, it's sort of hard because you have to spend a lot of time refilling everything. But this is a system for that, so maybe that will work. Okay, let's see. I always found texturing when you cut grass was cool. It's kind of 3-dimensional. I think it's cool. Looks cool. miss the spot, but who can't be precise enough, too precise. What else could we do on this time? It seems like this map is mostly about me cutting grass, and this let's play seems to be getting about cutting grass, and it must be extremely boring to watch me cut grass all the time, so I should probably stop that after this. But anyway, I will put the links to this. It's pretty new. I think it's just let's see, 2 days old, this version of the new Holland T7. You can find, I'll put a link in the descriptions. I'll also put a link to this very nice mower set, John Deere mower set. I could get that because that would really match my setup I have with John Deere tractors. I never really understood why you have to say the same thing of everything. It's like, I used to have an iPhone, but I also had a Lenovo Android. No, it's not an iPad, it's the Lenovo, what do we call them? Here we call them läsplatta. That's probably not the correct word in English because it translates into reading thingy. So läsplatta is probably not the word you would use. I think some people are more like brand nerds than others. I used to have some friends that worked in a place called Electrolux, which makes home appliances like, where my friends worked, they made refrigerators, and they had was like a big manufacturing line where you made basically refrigerators, but they made I think 7 different brands of refrigerators, and my friend said that there was actually no difference between them in the internal workings. It was the same box, the only difference was the front and the price. So if you bought this cheap brand from them that they produced, it had the same internal workings as the expensive brand. So, and I think sometimes you pay more money for a brand name, you get good stuff and more quality, but it doesn't really have to be like that. One of the best shoes I bought, I paid 15, equivalent of maybe $15. Maybe it was less, maybe it was $10. Very brilliant. I had them for, well, I still have them, but now they're covered in paint because I used them to paint something in the house. So nowadays I use them for this sort of work, but they still work. Good shoes. I've had them for, I don't know, 10, 15 years, maybe 15 years. They work like a charm. So again, sometimes you pay for brand stuff and you get crappy crappy stuff, and sometimes you pay almost nothing for other stuff and you get really good things. That's just you'll find probably as many ideas on that subject as you find people in the world. I think earlier, I mean, if you go back 30-40 years, there was some sort of truth into the brand. A good brand was significant of quality, and I think it was that for a lot of years, and then not suddenly, but as brands got incorporated into each other and companies bought out each other and stuff, you went more into streamlining productions, and streamlining productions meant like producing the same sort of appliances. But then again, companies aren't stupid. They will, if they see that they can get a higher price for a certain brand, they will do that. And I think before, if you go back 30, 40, 50 years, there was a difference. I don't think there is a difference anymore. At least not. I can't imagine why there would be a dramatic difference for the exact same refrigerator that only has a different front and brand on it. The same internal workings. Why would the quality be suddenly worse on a cheaper brand than on an expensive brand? In my mind, it doesn't make sense. So I think brands are mostly about making money. If you can charge more money for a brand, the company will do that. And they will of course say it's quality, but I'm not buying that. My cheaper stuff, my cheaper phone, everything works like a charm. Just as good as the really expensive iPhone. See, turn around here. And then we have this. Then I would think I would be done with this tedious, boring work. If I had a really big tiller, I would probably use that to make this into hay. So this might take a while. I knew how to save or pause the recording. Maybe there is a way to pause the recording, but I'm not sure. The setting on the Open Broadcaster software seems only to be stop recording. So, otherwise I would pause it now and return when I was done with it, but I can do that. So I guess this episode will be mostly about mowing in this beautiful demo New Holland T7 240. I think 240 is probably the amount of horsepower on this tractor. It's a good looking tractor. I really like it. Oh, we have to take a picture. Take a picture so we can use that in the like this maybe. That looks good. T7. Oh, I actually never put that in the description. The Hud mod. This is a mod that hides the HUD, which you activate by pressing L and H. I look into. See, there's lots of things to remember to put in show notes. The tractor, the mower, and the HUD mod. For some reason, it doesn't remove the soil mod box. And there is a shortcut to removing that. I can never remember what buttons they are. And if you mention it in the comment section, I would probably forget it just as fast. Not because I don't appreciate the feedback, just because I don't use it ever. So, and I think using something like learning, you can learn stuff, but if you never use it again, you forget about it. I think I probably forgot most of the things I've learned in school. No, I'm exaggerating, I didn't forget everything. So let's see, we could hook up a tether to this one so we can try it out more. So we'll put, oh, wrong way. Put our mower here. Here. I'm not sure, I don't think we need the front weight because it's pretty heavy, this tractor. Seems to be worth. I'm following another guy on YouTube whose name I forget. I think he's a real farmer in Canada. I don't think he's Canadian though. I think he's from Great Britain or something. And he moved to Canada to be a farmer. very interesting. He has a new Holland T6 used one, I think. It's interesting to see him in his farming. Oh yeah, I think this tether is about 8 meters wide, so that's why it's getting the entire swap. That's good. So I was gonna mention something. When last few episodes ago I did cut the grass and tethered it, and I didn't windrow, I just collected it. And then last time I did the same thing with the exact same amount of grass. But I did windrowing. I windrowed it too, and I found that first time I got an entire load, so 16 bales. Is it 16 bales or 8 bales? 16, I think it's 16 bales. I got an entire load of 16 bales collected, plus 2. So going well. Plus 2. The last time I got 16, so I got 14 bales. So I got 4 less bales by windrowing the grass field. Not sure at all if that's realistic. I guess you would get less because you would by windrowing it first by tethering, but I had to do that anyway. But if you windrow it, then you would sort of not get everything off the ground and into the middle, into the lane you're doing. So it makes sense that it would be like that. So this tractor is working out well. Good, this is perfect wide. Actually, I want one of these, but I think price for this one when downloaded was, I think it was £168,000, which is sort of a bit more than I can afford at this moment. We have 5,500. Even if I bait everything and then sell this, I won't have enough money anyway. But it seems like if you go down the middle, this could probably be done with course play. If you first cut the entire area and then you would drive the same and record that course, and then you would drive the same course but with the tether. You would do this, and then you would drive the same course with some sort of windrower to get into lane, and then you would drive the same course with a baler. So you could probably, if you mowed it with this mower, the demo mower, and then recorded that one, Courseplay could do the rest on its own. But I want to do the entire field. If I'm going to do that, I want to record the entire field with the mower and then just let it have its course. I don't want to do like part of the field like I'm doing now. Just already done the part of the field. So let's see how many times do we go up now? 1 and a few times more. Looks good. There's so many cool mods out there nowadays. There's so many good, really good modders. I don't know how to do that. I'm not a good mod. I have no idea. I can change the price, which I should probably put up on like a YouTube movie on how you do that, because it's quite useful unless you want to pay so much money for the stuff. It takes forever to get them. And I don't really never. I guess if you buy something new, it will cost you a lot of money. But if you buy something used, which I guess a lot of farmers would do that, I guess you could buy some used new tractors too. Oh, actually, I think look, that's cool. Look at the tires. They actually like. The tires were really cool on this. It's low. Sort of. You can see that they go lower as that part interacting with it's on the ground. So up and down a few times on this field. So if anyone out there of you are thinking, I'm always curious of what you think about stuff. I was talking about branding before, and I read this really good book by what's her name? Oh God, I forgot the name. No Logo, anyone know me something. I have it somewhere in my shelf. No Logo. It's a very interesting book. First time I started reading it, I stopped reading it because I didn't find it interesting. But a few years later, I started reading it again, and it's very interesting about branding and how companies look at branding and the change that happened, where you went from being a company, for instance, like Electrolux, that produced stuff, and that was the thing. Your brand and what you did was the same thing. Nowadays, a lot of companies are only brands. They don't actually produce anything. So they might have a brand that says, well, take the refrigerator example. So Electrolux, they produce stuff still. It was their they were the one that produced the refrigerators, but the other 6 brands produced there at that factory. Their companies didn't produce anything. They simply put the brand on stuff and then they sold it. Well, it's more intricate than that, because companies nowadays tend to own each other. So I guess one company was owning all the brands were probably owned by the same company. But anyway, so a lot of companies brand stuff, but they don't produce things anymore, and they are produced either by outsourcing the whole production but to another company that does the production. So a lot of people sort of, they are like more like middle hands. Some companies probably have some sort of research and development department still, but they don't have to have that either. So it depends on what you produce. But anyway, I think a lot of companies, or not a lot, some companies, some big companies don't really produce anything anymore. It used to be like Coca-Cola. Nowadays they produce Coca-Cola in Sweden, but when I grew up, Coca-Cola wasn't produced by Coca-Cola here. Coca-Cola was only the brand, and production was handled by another brewery. I think it was Pripps, which is a Swedish company. I think it was a Swedish company, at least. I have no idea if it still is. And they produced, or maybe it was Spendrups. Anyway, it's one of the Swedish breweries. They produced Coca-Cola for Coca-Cola, and it was sold on Coca-Cola, the brand, but it wasn't made by Coca-Cola. Sorry. And then maybe they went back now, but probably 20 years ago they decided they would produce Coca-Cola. So Coca-Cola started brewing and stuff here too. But I mean, I guess it's quite common. A lot of companies outsource part of their production. That's the way it's probably always been. You don't, I mean, Volvo car, it is Volvo that makes the airbag. It's a company called Autoliv, and that's the way it is. Some companies make specialized stuff, and they have the know-how and the production facilities to do that. Whereas a car maker like Volvo, they rather just buy the product. It's cheaper and then having to design it and test it and produce it themselves. So that's probably been pretty much. Actually, I read this, or did I see this funny, I think it was Top Gear. We did an episode on Saab, the Swedish car maker, and where they were talking about the Swedish car maker. They were bought up. I think they were bought by GM, and GM wanted Saab to produce a car, and they wanted Saab to use the frame that they use for other cars. So it would be sort of the same frame as our GM cars use. I think Vauxhall or Opel, and the sort of Ford isn't. No, anyway, the basic frame, and Saab, being Saab, they decided to not go that way. They developed and researched and made a beautiful, safe car, top of the line, but they didn't use the frame. So and meant the car got so expensive developing and then marketing and selling that they didn't make much profit of it. But it was a beautiful car. They tried making it with a frame from GM, but in order to make it a safer car, they kept modifying everything. So it was a big. I think GM just bought Saab and thought they would change it into GM style management, but that